RS 2009-698 approves an intergovernmental project agreement, Convention Center project, between Metro and the Metropolitan Development and Housing Agency. Councilman Forcom.
Budget and Finance voted to approve 11 for, 1 against. I move approval.
Of Convention and Tourism. Okay. We're on 698. We need Convention and Tourism Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. Excuse my absence. The committee report is 6 for, 0 against. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Councilman Forcom.
I move approval.
We have a
excuse me.
motion.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did that last night. Excuse me. I moved to defer for the meeting.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to defer. Is there discussion on the deferral? Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion to defer passes. I have had several requests that we take BL 2009-437 now. It is on second reading. Is there any objection to taking that one out of order? Seeing none. It is the bill on second reading, BL 2009-437, authorizes the Metro Development and Housing Agency to acquire 15.87 acres of property by negotiation and condemnation for the proposed new Convention Center project. Councilman Forcom.
Committee reports.
Planning and Zoning, Councilman Gatto.
Planning and Zoning approved 13-0.
Convention and Tourism, Councilman Garrett.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. The committee approved 6-0, ma'am.
Thank you. Councilman Forcom, Budget and Finance.
Okay, I move to approve as amended.
Committee report.
Okay, committee reports. My committee report was 11 for, 1 against. I'll get with it in a minute. 11 for, 1 against, and I move to approve as amended.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Councilman Kraft.
I want to also stand in support of Mr. Crafton. I have looked at this particular project. I have put the information out to the people in my district, and they've overwhelmingly opposed spending the money for this land, and they realize that this is basically what we call incrementalism. We'll buy it, we'll buy the land, and then we've got to turn around and say, okay, now we've already bought the land. This is a $1 billion project. At 6.5%, that's $65 million. And the hotel motel tax don't come to that, folks. It only comes to about $35 million. And the rest of the funding is on the come. If we build it, they will come. All you've got to do is drive 200 miles down the road to Louisville, Kentucky, and see what an albatross they have. Or go 200 miles to the west, Memphis with the pyramid, and how wonderful that was going to be and what that ended up being to the city. I think we need to slow down. We need to look at this. I would love for us to have a convention center, but I do not want to put this city and the people that live in this county at risk with higher taxes. And thank you for the time.
Councilman Coleman.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Neighbors. Mr. Rubin, let's talk a little bit, if you can grab your microphone, if that's okay, Vice Mayor. Let's talk about the process of this plan and where we've come with it, because it's real easy for us to say after we've gotten to this point that we don't want to go any further. Let's talk about what we've been through and tell us whether or not this is a normal procedure for a project this big that will send our city into light years of progress in the future.
Excuse me, Councilman, I don't know what a normal process is, but this is obviously, you know, one of the biggest, if not, it is the biggest project in totality that the city has ever done. It's enormously complicated with a lot of details and a lot of pieces to it. What we have done is the council several years ago authorized the taxes to be collected to start for the paying for this center. The 4 taxes we talk about, the 1% increase in the hotel tax to $2 a night room charge, the tax on rental cars and the tax on taxis and other vehicles leaving the airport. So the council put that into effect some 2 years ago. It actually was the prior council, I believe. It would have been the last year of the prior council put those taxes into effect to start the process of collecting money to pay for this center. Last year, we came to the council and said, the mayor, the administration said, we're in favor of this project. We support this project going forward. It's very complicated. We've got a lot of details. What we'd like to do is start some of the pre-development work. Start talking to architects, engineers, construction people, and the council authorized through MDHA to proceed with pre-development cost in an amount not to exceed what our collection rate was. MDHA has gone through a number of procurements to hire architects, to hire consultants, other consultants, hire construction firms, and to date, approximately $9 million has been spent on that progress towards the project. We're now at the time for the next phase in order to keep the project moving forward to meet an imposed deadline of early 2013 completion, which is the land acquisition. That's sort of the next big piece of this project. And that is why we've asked the council through this ordinance and through the resolution that was deferred but would be taken up on if this passes tonight on third reading to allow funds from the tourist taxes that we've already collected to be used towards the purchase of the land in an amount not to exceed $75 million. And that's kind of where we are now. Clearly, it's our belief that we're trying to move this project forward, and we are moving it forward. And that's why we're here right now for the council for that approval.
Thank you, sir.
Background.
And because my time is about to expire, ladies and gentlemen of the council, I'll say this. The reason I mention that is because this is not something we just started. We started this way back in the 11th Metropolitan Council, and it has carried over. I appreciate the sentiments of both of the speakers prior to me, but this is a step that we have babysat and we have watched over very careful. If you go to those Budget and Finance Committee, they do a very good job of analyzing all the points there is. Tonight, we stand on the brink of progress and moving forward. So I respectfully ask that we move forward with the project tonight, and we pray for your consideration. Thank you.
Councilman Maynard. Councilman,